In other words, if the partition is set up at the bottom of the pool, the water can be drained without doing any harm to Orla.
Are you implying the water could have been drained at a time other than during the cleaning?
Yes, there is that possibility. Dr. Crab is shaking. Looks like he has something to hide. Could it have something to do with the calendar note about meeting with the victim? It might be. I'll submit it to the judge! Your Honor, please take a look at this calendar!
Ah, you waved that around in court yesterday. No need to drag out your souvenirs today.
Oh, come on! Actually, I would like you to make a note of the entry for the day of the incident.
Let me see here. Yes, meet the captain at the Orca pool at 7 a.m. This note is about a meeting plan with the victim. What?
The defense would like to argue that, at the time of that meeting, the pool may have been drained of its water.
Whose calendar is that?
It belongs to Dr. Herman Crab. Isn't that right, Dr. Crab?
Son of a gun. So you suspect me, do you? What is the meaning of this calendar entry? Dr. Crab, explain yourself! Or you'll get a penalty! Fine. I was supposed to meet Jack at the Orca pool at that time. But I ended up not going.
So you're saying you simply broke your promise? You can't get out of it that easily. Do you have an alibi with a witness? I believe you have some explaining to do. Somebody got some splaining to do.
Objection.
Your blade is sharper than I thought, Wright Dono. But your cut was shallow. A mere surface scratch. There's a saying amongst prisoners.
What is it this time, Blackwell?
Do not see, hear, nor speak to smooth-talking lawyers.
What?
If you think the witness is suspicious, show your proof!
Ack! The calendar alone isn't good enough, huh? I have some proof that the victim could have fallen to his death at that 7 a.m. meeting time. Right? Let's put our heads together, boss. The victim could have fallen during cleaning when the pool was completely drained, or using the partition. It could have been at 7 a.m. with the water partially drained. What would be the major difference in circumstance between the two possibilities? What circumstances was different? The answer could really tell us something. What circumstance was different between the two possibilities of cleaning at 7 a.m.? Let's see. The time of day was different! That's what it was! The murder must have been at a different time of day than the cleaning time! Yes!
Right, Dono. If you wish to claim the murder was at a different time of day, show me your proof!
Ack! Proof? I don't have any proof.
In that case, it's the time of day for me to assign you a penalty!
I'd better rethink that. There must be some other circumstance that was different. What circumstance was different between the two possibilities? The pool was half filled! Boom! If the murder was at a time other than during cleaning, the pool must have been half filled! Or half full.
I suppose there's a half possibility the pool was only half filled. But if you wish to make that claim, let me see your proof! Ack!
Proof? I don't have any proof.
In that case, there's much more than half a possibility that I will assign you a penalty!
I just love how they make this the phrase that Phoenix says and then just go with it from there. The orca was there. And why is that? If we go back to this picture right here, there is some blood splatter that landed on Orla right there. So, yeah. The orca was there. If the murder occurred at a time other than during cleaning, the orca must have been there. Oh, you're right. And that would mean that Orla witnessed the murder.
What's this? You're sheathing your sword so soon? Stop yammering with each other and show me how you wield your sword!
Alright then. My sword is poised and ready. If the murder was committed at a time other than during the cleaning, then Orla must have been present at the scene. Ergo, if I can prove that the murder happened right in front of Orla, then I can prove that Miss Buckler is not guilty.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright! Are you implying that the orca was a witness to the crime?
That is exactly what I'm implying.
And how do you intend to prove the orca witnessed the murder? What are you going to do? Put the orca on the stand and cross-examine her?
Well, I did kind of do that before. This is a critical point. I'd better think about it carefully. The fence will... I'm just gonna save it because I wanna... part of me thinks that I will get badgered with a penalty if I say the wrong thing, even though there is no life bar right there, but I want to cross-examine Orla! If I asked Orla if she witnessed the murder, I'm sure she would tell me everything. Cause, you know, Orla knows how to talk. She's the magical whale of the Swashbuckler Spectacular, after all.
Really? How interesting. And how do you propose to communicate with the orca?
Well, I'd have to think about that, actually.
Unlike some birds, an orca is incapable of human speech.
Oh my god, that reference to the first game.
No, I'm afraid I cannot allow you to cross-examine a creature that cannot speak. Unless the defense has some other way of communicating with the orca.
No. I'm afraid I don't, Your Honor. I guess that was a silly idea.
Please let me try it again, Your Honor, without a penalty. The defense will...
Continue with Crab.
I'll continue my cross-examination with Dr. Crab! That's fine with me, but I've already said everything I have to say for today. You still haven't told the court why you broke your promise to meet with the victim!
Objection!
Before we get into that, why don't you take care of your orca witnessing the murder blurdash first? Balderdash. Boulderdash? Is that some sort of shot at me? Balderdash!
That seems to be quite a sensitive subject with the judge. Maybe I'd better come up with something that isn't a balderdash. The defense will present evidence. The defense will present evidence. Evidence that will prove Orla witnessed the murder.
You're going to present evidence?
Well, I've gone through every other option. What else is there?
Knowing the defense, I thought surely you would try to cross-examine the orca.
Do you not remember that I just proposed that? And you denied me? That only animals that can speak, like parrots, can only be... Whatever.
I must say, I'm a little disappointed. Oh, come on! Gee, sorry to get your hopes up, Your Honor. Very well. Let's see some evidence then. What evidence shows that the murder took place right in front of the orca?
Some evidence would be my band. No, I'm not going to screw up this time.
Take that!
This photo indicates where we discovered luminol reactions yesterday. By accident, we got some of the luminol testing fluid on Orla. Yes, accident. It's not like I sprayed it twice or 3 times or anything like that, right? Wink, wink. We were then very surprised to see
luminol reactions on Orla's body!
Objection!
So what of it? There's nothing odd about that. As was discussed in yesterday's trial, the orca was bleeding. Traces of the orca's blood were also found on the skull rock. The orca must have injured herself when she rammed the rock.
So that cloud of blood Mr. Plume saw was from Orla headbutting the skull rock, was it? I would like to closer examine this photo of luminol traces and notice with my mouse pointer that there is some luminol traces right here in the lower region of the whale. And I don't think that part got into the headbutt area, so yeah. Let's go back. Okay, Orla was also rammed into it. It has been moved. It had been moved from the show pool. Okay.
Those luminol reactions you saw on the orca are most likely from her headbutting. Objection!
But what's odd is the position of those bloodstains. Please take a look at the photograph. Yesterday, Mr. Plume said the blood disappeared when Orla put on the hat. That testimony indicated that Orla's injuries were under the hat area. However, these luminol reactions are in the 2 entirely different areas from her injuries. These bloodstains can't be Orla's own blood from when she was headbutting.
Then, where did the blood come from?
It's my firm belief that it's the victim's blood. Ergo, the victim was killed right in front of Orla.
And the victim's blood splattered onto Orla's body! Gah!
Now it finally makes sense. Orla was a witness to the murder.
So that's why...
Orla? Boss! Something's wrong with Orla! What? You're right! She's listless, and she's sinking! There's one more fact that indicates Orla was a witness to the murder.
There's more?
The culprit was afraid Orla could somehow reveal what she witnessed. And that's why they did what they did. It's the only thing that makes sense! I have to present that evidence! That evidence that proves the culprit thought Orla was a dangerous witness! The evidence that proves the culprit thought Orla was a dangerous witness is... my badge!
And what is this? What is this?
Evidence, Your Honor!
What I'm asking you is, what does that evidence have to do with anything? Mr. Wright, you don't even have an answer for me? Your silence will be rewarded with a penalty.
Did Phoenix just literally blow that off or something? He did blow it off! He literally blew off that penalty. Oh my god. Alright, so seriously now. The evidence that proves the culprit thought Orla was a dangerous witness is... this item right here. The defense would like to submit this into evidence.
What's this? It looks like some sort of medicine.
It's a sleeping drug, Your Honor. A very powerful one. This sleeping drug was discovered in Orla's stomach yesterday. The culprit tried to drown Orla by putting her into a deep sleep.
Try to drown the orca? But why? Right, don't know. What are you trying to tell this court? That the perpetrator tried to kill the orca off to prevent a witness from talking? Do you really expect to defeat me with that feeble attack?
My sword has been drawn. I'm not about to sheath my evidence now. Orcas have an enormous potential for intelligence. The possibility that Orla could somehow manage to reveal the truth can't be denied. The culprit believed in this possibility, and that's why they tried to kill her off. Dr. Herman Crab, you purchased this sleeping drug, didn't you? And he's sweating. He's sweating.
What? Does this mean the veterinarian tried to do away with the orca?
Who but a veterinarian would better know how to disguise an orca's death? He could even prevent the police from examining Orla's body.
Why, you? Are you actually accusing me of trying to murder the orca?
Whoa!
Oh!
He did not like that. He did not like that at all.
How dare you slander the noble profession of veterinarian! Eek! Ugh! My goodness! One could cut the tension in this courtroom with a knife! Whoa! Damn! Yes, I admit to purchasing that sleeping drug. However, it was subsequently stolen from my lab.
That's such a flimsy excuse. When he gave that kind of reaction and almost kicked the freaking stand off the floor.
It's the truth. What else can I say? Any one of the crew members could have entered my lab.
I guess that weakens my evidence quite a bit.
Besides, think about it for a minute. Who was it that treated Orla after she swallowed the drug? It was I!
But as I recall, it took you quite a while to give that treatment. You didn't even come on your own. We had to go get you.
Son of a gun. You just remember all sorts of little details, don't you, Mr. Lawyer? The orca pool and lab are far apart. It's little wonder he didn't know Orla's condition.
Objection! Didn't you know? That's highly doubtful. That's very highly doubtful. As far apart as they were, Dr. Crab still had a way to know all about Orla's condition. The defense would like to submit evidence that the witness knew about Orla's condition. Shows that that Orla did not eat anything.
Take that!
The torpedo.
Gah! You just had to bring it up, didn't you?
With this advanced data system, surely you would have known Orla's condition.
Objection!
Wait just 1 minute. What is this torpedo? Dr. Crab, how dare you bring a weapon of mass destruction into my courtroom?
The torpedo, or teleobservation real-time pertinent data organizer, is a data system. Until yesterday, only Dr. Crab and Mr. Shipley knew about the torpedo. It isn't legally approved in this country, so it was kept secret from the police. Wait for someone's reaction in 3, 2, 1.
Illegal? Dr. Crab, I demand an explanation! Son of a gun! You and your big mouth, Mr. Lawyer! Yes, it's true. I'm using an illegal system to monitor the creatures at the aquarium. The system uses sensors like these. And yes, there's one in the orca pool, too. These sensors send sound waves through the water to gather data on the creatures. If it finds abnormalities in their condition, the torpedo alerts me with a sound. Oh my goodness! How very high-tech! Why hasn't this been approved by our country? But, yeah, if it's illegal, I will not turn a blind eye. This matter will be appropriately dealt with at a separate time. Now then, Mr. Wright, please continue.
With the torpedo, I'm sure Dr. Crab noticed the danger Orla was in. But he made no attempt to come to her aid on his own. And the reason for that is that Dr. Crab wanted Orla dead.
The torpedo didn't give me a warning message.
Wait. Are you lying?
That's why I didn't know there was anything wrong with Orla. The sensor in the orca pool wasn't working during the police's investigation.
Objection!
Can you prove that statement?
Objection!
What's with him?
I guess this is all so high-tech for Prosecutor Blackwell that it's making him a little funny.
Funny? Yes, I find this all very funny. Witness, those sensors send sound waves through the water, correct? But what if there isn't any water? Oh no! Then they wouldn't work. They would automatically switch off. I see. And where is the sensor in the orca pool located?
It's probably located at a certain height where it was not able to... Oh, crap.
I don't know. Jack is the one who attached it for me. You don't know? Then I will tell you. The police found a sensor just like the one you just showed us. They found it attached to the table at the bottom of the pool.
Ah, boy. Table? Do you mean the table in this photograph?
That's right. Don't you get it yet, right, Dono? The table is on the skull's rock side of the partition. It's affixed to the bottom of the pool and can't be moved. Oh! And so, if the water was drained from the skull rock side of the pool... Precisely. Without water, the torpedo sensor would not work. Witness, when did that sensor automatically switch off? Hang on, I'll look it up. The only times lately were during the cleaning 2 days ago and the investigation yesterday. Of course, I knew the pool would be drained while they cleaned it. But I had no idea they drained it for the investigation. No one let me know. That's why I didn't know about Orla's condition yesterday!
So Dr. Crab really did want to save Orla?
Did you hear that, right, Dono? Yes, the water can be drained without harm to the orca if the partition is used. But if the water is drained from the skull rock side, the sensor turns itself off. If the sensor was always on except for during the cleaning and investigation, it means there must have been water in the pool at all other times. It was never drained. In other words, no one but the defendant could have committed the crime.
Oh, my beautiful contradiction! It's gone!